Hey everyone! Welcome back to our channel dedicated to all things e-learning. My name is Anna Polly. I'm a senior instructional designer at iSpring. And today I will walk you through the process of creating an e-learning storyboard. If you're new to instructional design, you've probably heard the term storyboard tossed around. You might be asking, what exactly is a storyboard and why should I care? Well, imagine trying to assemble a complex piece of furniture without the instructions. Frustrating, right? An e-learning storyboard is just like an assembly instruction, but for online courses. It lays out all the pieces, text, visuals, interactions, in a clear and organized way to simplify the process of course development. You can visualize your training design before you build it and see how your course will look and function in its final form. You get to specify what kind of images you will use, design the user interface your learners will interact with, and plan out the animations and interactions that will keep your audience engaged. Now, you might be wondering, but isn't storyboarding a lot of extra work? Can I just start building and tweak things as I go? Sure, you could do that, but trust me, storyboarding saves you time in the long run. By nailing down your entire design early, you avoid costly mistakes and major changes after development starts. It's not just about making your life easier. A well-made storyboard is a fantastic communication tool. It lets you share your vision with clients, team members, or stakeholders before any heavy lifting begins. This means further revisions later on and a more cohesive final course. With a storyboard, you will feel more confident tackling your e-learning projects. Show your clients you have solid ID competencies right from the start, and bring your vision to life while saving time and headaches along the way. So whether you're creating your first course or your 50th, stick around. We will unpack the ins and outs of creating effective e-learning storyboards that will set you up for success. Let's start with the 7 key elements of an e-learning storyboard. These are the building blocks of your online course roadmap. First things first, a consistent slide or screen number naming convention will keep you organized throughout your project and help avoid confusion for others. Let's look at an example of a file name. Looks confusing, right? But if you look at this naming convention diagram, things start to make sense. Now imagine how much easier it will be in the review process if you need to direct your developer to make an edit on a specific slide or a reviewer to recheck an edit. Of course, you can come up with a naming convention that works best for you. Next comes screen text and elements. This is the core content that appears on each screen. The text, images, buttons, and other elements. Detailing this out ensures that your message is clear and nothing gets lost in translation during development. Next, we have graphics and animation. Here's where you plan the visuals and motion that will make your course pop. Decide on the images, icons, animations, or videos you will use. You can find placeholder images, create graphic mockups, or simply describe your vision to the designer or animator. Navigation dictates how learners move through your course. You will need to explain what happens when a user clicks on different elements, such as moving to the next or previous slide, jumping to a specific slide, or open a pop-up form. More complex e-learning courses often involve branching, where a user's choice determines the screen that comes up next. This could involve selecting further information on a topic or answering a question. Clearly explain to the developer where each choice should lead the user. Developer notes serve as your side conversations with the development team. Use them to include any special instructions or technical details they need to know. Finally, include the narration text that will be used in the voiceover. This keeps your audio in sync with the visuals and interactions. Let's look at an example of an e-learning storyboard. As you can see, this is a simple table in a Word document. It contains the screen title and number, media files that will be used on each screen, visuals instructions or developer notes, page and media text, and a script for audio narration files. This, a course developer or stakeholders will have a clear understanding of how the course is supposed to flow and progress. You can also use other tools for your storyboard, including PowerPoint, Google Slides, or even simple spreadsheets. The choice is yours. Plus, you can create an e-learning storyboard in the form of course prototype, like in this example. This way, you can let stakeholders and team members interact with a working model of the course, making it easier to visualize the final product and gather feedback early on. So let's break down the actual process of creating an e-learning storyboard. First, assess your needs. Take a moment to figure out what you really need. Ask yourself, who is my audience? What are their learning objectives? What resources do I have? Recognizing these factors upfront helps you design an effective storyboard. Here's a good example of a needs assessment. The course in question will target new employees and enable them to request annual leave using the company's HR system. Next, you should decide on an instructional technique or design approach. Do you want to present the content through storytelling, a scenario-based approach, narrated infographics, or a combination of these frameworks? To choose the best approach, focus on what will connect with your audience and convey your material clearly. Storytelling works well for emotional impact. Scenarios help with decision-making, and narrated infographics simplify complex data. Once you've decided on your design approach, it's time to gather and structure your content. Consider what resources you have to work with. What reference or learning material has been provided to you? What assets are available? For instance, photos, graphics, charts, software simulations, etc. Set up a folder structure with easy-to-follow names to keep everything organized and simple to find. Next, pick a storyboard template that helps you organize your ideas and content. It will make sure you cover all the important course elements in a clear, structured way. Choose a template that fits your project and your workflow. If you're more visual, you might prefer one with space for sketches or image placeholders. If you focus on details and text, a spreadsheet-style template might work better. Here's a storyboard template I've prepared for you. It's convenient and customizable for your course needs and contains all the key elements we discussed. Download it using the link in the description for this video. And now, the real work starts. Begin adding your content and arranging the sequence in the screens or text columns of your chosen storyboard type. Think about the flow and what topics need to come before or after others. Add the interactions, scripts, progressions, navigation, branching, and design details. For example, if you're creating a course on time management, you might start with an overview of common time wasters. Then, introduce strategies for prioritizing tasks and finish with tips on scheduling and using productivity tools. By organizing your content truthfully in your storyboard, you're creating an engaging and dynamic experience for your learners. Finally, pick your go-to authoring tool to make your vision come to life. By the time you hit this tab, you will have a fully complete e-learning storyboard and a good idea of both the visual look and the level of interactivity that you will use in your course. This makes it easier to pick the right tool for your needs. You might already have an authoring tool in mind, or maybe a client has given access to one. If not, then now is the time to decide. And here's my expert recommendation for you. Try iSpring Suite. Our easy-to-use AI-enhanced course creation tool allows you to build immersive e-learning content from scratch, even without instructional design skills. The tool fully integrates with PowerPoint and acts as an add-in. It means that you're offering your courses in a familiar PowerPoint environment, but have far more capabilities to make your content stand out and captivate learners. Easily create online courses with interactive elements and dynamic visuals. cheat-proof quizzes with dozens of question types, video lessons and screencasts, multimedia ebooks, role plays, and much more. Courses built in iSpring Suite are fully compatible with all major LMSs like Moodle, iSpring Learn, and hundreds of others. The platform also offers an extensive content library with over 160,000 ready-made course creation assets, like templates, icons, characters, and locations. Transform your plain PowerPoint slides into an engaging piece of learning content that looks and works great for your audience. This iSpring Suite, you can make even most ambitious e-learning storyboard ideas come true. And that's it! Now you know how to plan, organize, and create an e-learning storyboard that will help you visualize your ideas, save you time by preventing costly revisions, and ensure that your clients and stakeholders are on the same page. So go ahead and start creating your own storyboard. Experiment with different templates and approaches and find what works best for you. See you next time!